Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, Sturm Ruger Co Inc. RGR just filed an 8K, and I'm seeing one red flag that matters. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company hosted a conference call to discuss their second quarter 2026 results. And we've got the transcript. So Sturm Ruger held an earnings call on the 29th of July to talk about their financial performance for the second quarter of 2026. This filing is essentially the official record of that call, providing a transcript so everyone can see what was discussed. This report confirms that Sturm Ruger has common stock purchase rights registered on the New York Stock Exchange. These are basically options that allow existing shareholders to buy more stock at a discount, often used as a defense against hostile takeovers. The main point of this filing is a Regulation FD disclosure. Regulation FD, or Fair Disclosure, is a rule from the CC that requires companies to share important information with everyone at the same time. So, by filing this, Sturm Ruger is making sure that the information from their earnings call is publicly available. It is important to note that the information shared here is considered furnished, not filed. This means it is being provided to the public, but it doesn't carry the same legal weight as information that is formally filed with the SEC. It is a subtle but key distinction. They've also mentioned that the transcript and a replay of the webcast are available on their website. However, they've added a little disclaimer that they can take it down anytime, which is pretty standard. Now, a big part of these calls and filings involves forward-looking statements. These are statements about what the company expects to happen in the future, like sales trends or market demand. The law has a safe harbor provision for these, meaning companies generally aren't held liable for them if things don't turn out exactly as predicted, as long as they were made in good faith. The report lists several types of forward-looking statements they might make. This includes things like expected market demand for firearms sales forecasts, potential needs for more money for their business operations or to buy new equipment, outcomes of lawsuits they might be involved in, how new laws on firearms or the environment could affect them, and their accounting predictions. This gives you a snapshot of the risks and uncertainties the company is looking at. Finally, the report lists the exhibits included. In this case, the key exhibit is 99.1, which is the transcript of that conference call and webcast. And here at the end, we see the signatures Andrew T. Wieland, who is the Principal Financial Officer, Principal Accounting Officer, Senior Vice President, and Chief Financial Officer, has signed off on this report. This shows that the company's top finance executives have reviewed and approved the information being presented. Now let's dive into what this earnings call likely covered based on the recent news. We're seeing headlines like Sturm Ruger swings to profit as firearms demand drives revenue growth. This filing confirms the call happened on the 29th of July, the same day as that positive news. It also mentions an uptick in demand boosting Ruger to $7 million in net income, even after some layoffs. While this filing itself is light on specific financial numbers beyond what is required for registration, the context from the news and the timing of this 8-point to Sturm Ruger likely discussing a strong second quarter. The focus would have been on how increased demand for firearms is positively impacting their revenue and pushing them into profitability. The mention of layoffs, while unfortunate, might be framed within a context of operational efficiency alongside robust sales. The red flag I'm seeing though, it is not directly in this 8K. Is more about the industry and what these forward-looking statements imply. Sturm Ruger operates in an industry heavily influenced by public opinion, regulatory changes, and political climates. Their forward-looking statements about future firearms control and environmental legislation highlight a significant ongoing risk. Any shifts in these areas, especially new laws, could dramatically impact their sales, operations, and profitability. We saw this play out with companies like Smith & Wesson facing similar pressures. While demand is currently strong, the long-term outlook is always shadowed by potential legislative hurdles. What I am actually looking for is the detailed breakdown of those Q2 results, which would be in Exhibit 99.1, the transcript. That transcript would reveal the specific sales numbers, profit margins, and management's commentary on future outlooks, including how they are navigating those legislative risks. Without that transcript, this 8K is mostly procedural, confirming the event happened and that they are complying with disclosure rules. And the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description.